The give and go. Good shot. Go, 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 go.
It's time for live coverage of Prep Spring Sports on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station. Our broadcast is brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Tacos Chava, Together for Youth, and Valley Tractor. Now let's head to the field for all the action live on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Clinton makes it a 5-0 ball game.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the fabled Apple Bowl here in beautiful Wenatchee, Washington, site of today's encounter between the Moses Lake Mavericks and the Wenatchee Panthers. Hi again, I'm Sebastian Moraga. Pleasure to have you with us. Alongside me, as always, or almost always, is our soccer expert, Mr. Matt Wisen. And Matt, you know, we were talking before the broadcast started. Wenatchee's undefeated, and a win against Wenatchee would really mean something to these Moses Lake kids.
Yeah, I mean, Wenatchee's finding some confidence, figuring out new coaches, Viramontes, his system, his style of play. They're growing into all that. They're starting to, get on a roll. Moses Lake has had a little bit of adversity so far this season. 3-4, I believe, 3-4, yes. And they've shown some success, quality matches against some quality opponents, but then again, they've lost some games that I think they should have been in. So, we're talking about Moses Lake it was 7 games under their belt. Even though they've come up on the losing end on more than they have on the winning end, they've still come up to game speed a little bit more. I mean, 3 games more under their belt, a little stronger, a little more fit. They're playing the underdog role tonight. This game would mean a lot to them because, look at the RPI, the strength of schedule and things like that. Wenatchee's a top 10. Moses Lake's a bottom 10.
48.
Yep. And so this is a big challenge for them. And if Wenatchee's a little overconfident, Moses Lake can take that underdog as some motivation. If they get some early success, Wenatchee could get a little tight and start questioning their success.
Now, both teams have players overseas right now with, I believe, Wenatchee FC. Is that correct? Would this be a case of who can make up for those absences better?
No, it could be. Wenatchee's pretty deep in club players. I don't know a lot about Moses Lake's club playing depth, but Wenatchee's pretty deep in there. And there are some other club players for Wenatchee, not just Wenatchee FC. So it's next man up is kind of the philosophy, and the next player up is also seasoned. I think that's what Miguel's counting on. He knows his rosters, he knows his players, and he's like, well, we can weather this storm. We're going to have to weather it if we want to win state. And it's good experience for our players.
That would be Miguel Viramontes, the head coach for the Panthers. Yeah, it's going to be a good one, folks. Moses Lake and Wenatchee and Moses Lake. When we come back, we have the keys to the game, the starting lineups, and a whole lot more here on NCWLIFE Channel. Don't go away.
When you enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place, close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better. This is Skinny, and he helped found Abby's 60 years ago. In honor of Skinny, we're putting his favorite pizza on sale. Savory pizza sauce, Canadian bacon piled to the edge, and juicy tomatoes make this a very special pizza. Order your Skinny special right now at abbys.com.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl in Wenatchee, Washington. Next to me is the head coach of the Moses Lake Mavericks, Miguel Segura. Coach, welcome as always. Now, it is a 3-4 record. There's been a lot of battles that this team has been through. How are they showing up, and what kind of shape are they showing up today at the Apple Bowl to play Wenatchee?
Well, they're showing up pretty good today. Yeah, we started off rough, finding out positions and everything, but we're getting it down. So.
Now, how is the team working through these absences, all these players that are overseas playing right now?
Well, we have a pretty good squad where we have different players who can play different roles. So we're able to cover them, but it hurts us a little bit. But yeah.
Next man up, as they say. Absolutely. That was the head coach of the Moses Lake Mavericks, Miguel Segura. When we come back, we have the head coach of the Panthers and a whole lot more here on NCWLIFE Channel. Don't go away.
To name yourself after the highest peak in North America? Maybe that's audacity. But towering above is exactly what the first ever all-electric GMC Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 is built to do. With 754 horsepower and up to a GM estimated 400 miles of range, it is the Denali of EVs. The Sierra EV Denali.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl. Next to me is the head coach of the Wenatchee Panthers, Miguel Viramontes. Coach, welcome. And, well, you know, the talk at the beginning of the season was, at least in the circles that I transverse very far away, I'm not an insider by any means, is that how is Wenatchee going to make up for the absences of the players that are going to go overseas? And here you are, undefeated 4 games in. What has this journey been like for this team with these absences and such a sterling record?
Well, I mean, honestly, we have a lot of depth in our squad, so we do miss those players, but every player here is ready to step up. So it's not too much of a loss when our squad depth is so heavy. So that's what I'm saying. Now,
Moses Lake comes to town. What does a good result in the end look to you? Is it just the W, or is it you're expecting something out of your players today?
I mean, I'm expecting good performance with no mistakes, and of course a W at the end.
All right, that was the head coach of the Wenatchee Panthers, Miguel Viramontes. When we come back, we have the keys to the game, the starting lineups, and of course 40 minutes of top-notch soccer action for you. We'll be right back after this.
Well, looks like our surgery patient is feeling better today.
Yep, I didn't need any oxy today. I thought I'd do a little surgery on the drain.
Huh. Do you need your pain pills anymore?
No.
Well, we should get them out of the house. There are places to drop them off.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I can do that right now.
And I will look at the drain.
Prevent opioid misuse. Find safe medication return options near you at med-project.org.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl. Side of today's encounter between the Moses Lake Mavericks and the Wenatchee Panthers. Right now, we are still waiting for confirmation on the starters for the Moses Lake High School Mavericks. We only have 10 at the moment, so we'll give you those 10, and we'll fill it in as we go along. The Moses Lake Mavericks will start with Jacob Boyle, number 0, on the goalkeeper position, followed by number 1, PJ Martin, number 2, Henry Peña, number 4, Kyler Wiltbank, number 7, Kevin Segura, number 11, Julian Mercado, number 16, Andrew Calderon, number 18, David Martinez, number 20, Miguel Arreola, and number 3, Eddie Cruz. The head coach for the Moses Lake High School Mavericks is Miguel Segura, assisted by Henry Garcia, Eric Chaporta, Edgar Nava, Fernando Garcia, and today also Jesus Pimentel. Now the starters for the Panthers, the Wenatchee Panthers, jumping onto the pitch with 0-0 on goal, Said Juarez. Number 4, Jonathan Garcia Mendoza. Number 6, Anthony Garcia Mendoza. Number 7, Jace Williams. Number 8, Pierre Vega. Number 10, Anthony Garcia. Number 15, Aiden Harris. Number 17, Elijah Perez. Number 19, Jose Limon. Number 21, Manuel Velasquez. And number 22, Andrew Kobeck. The head coach for the Wenatchee Panthers is Miguel Viramontes, assisted by Lenin Guzman, Hector Solorio, Jose Camarillo, Angel Guerra, Raul Mata, and Jonathan Rodriguez. Well, we're just about ready here for this contest to start. And Matt, we talked about it a little bit during the pregame, but how big of a factor will it be the fact that this is a more battle-tested squad in Moses Lake than Wenatchee is so far, despite the disparity in records?
Well, it'll be a factor. I don't think it's going to be a huge factor. It's something that certainly Moses Lake wants to lean in on. I think they want to kind of lean in on that underdog role. They want to, whatever they can do to give them some inspiration, some motivation. Wenatchee has had more success against Moses Lake over the last several years. So Moses Lake can certainly play that underdog role here and put the world beaters kind of label on their back and do that. So Wenatchee's got to be aware of that. They're going to be the favorite in most games that they play in this league. And they're going to have a target on their back no matter what they do.
But that's a good problem to have, no?
That's a good problem to have.
You wouldn't want to be the team that we play these guys? Oh, a win guaranteed.
Yeah, that's a good problem to have. But you do get a little on the you can battle overconfidence from time to time, and that can be a real thing in high school soccer. So Miguel, I'm sure as a new coach.
Which Miguel?
Miguel Viramontes, sorry, coach for Wenatchee. As a new coach, he's going to have an eye on that stuff, and he's going to be working really hard to prove that he belongs here. Don't want to add any extra pressure to him, but it's just the gig. It goes along with it. And he brought in an all-star cast of coaches, and he's got some momentum going. But it's early.
It's still very much early in the season. Lots of soccer to be played here in Wenatchee, and a strong start could make a big impact, especially on a squad trying to prove itself. We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem, and when we come back, first half action here from the Apple Bowl. Don't go away.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort. Totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air. Call Alpine Air.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
The agents of Kennedy Real Estate Group are committed to providing the ideal client experience. We believe in the power of relationships. Why? Because we don't just work here, we live here. From the nonprofits we serve, the parks where we play, and the local businesses we support, our team understands the value of living in the Wenatchee Valley. Let's begin your real estate story.
Welcome back. Before we go on, we'd like to thank our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling in Wenatchee. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Give them a call today, 509-662-6842. That is 509-662-6842. Or visit www.alpineair, that's ALPINEAIRE.net. All right, folks, we are almost ready to start this contest. The Wenatchee Panthers decked in their usual, I keep insisting that is black, but people tell me that is a very, very dark shade of something else. It looks black from up here. Matt,
it's black with purple and purple base with a yellowish gold outline on the numbers.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Of course. And Moses Lake decked almost entirely in white with, looks like black numbers?
Black numbers.
Black numbers, all right.
Very easy to read.
All right. Let's see. We have Thiago Campbell and our good friend Ed Navarro as assistants for Don Jesus Covarrubias, the man in charge of the action. A last-minute photo. Is this kind of unusual, or is this tradition here, that a new tradition that Coach Viramontes has started?
I believe it's a new tradition.
A new tradition, that's right. And we're just about ready to begin this contest here, folks. Moses Lake against Wenatchee. Wenatchee against Moses Lake. We'd like to welcome all of you listening from the Columbia, or rather watching from the Columbia Basin, the beautiful Blue Heron City. And also, of course, if you're rooting for the home team, welcome as well. I figure it'd be a little bigger crowd, but
beautiful night out.
It is a beautiful night for soccer, for sure. Who will do the honors to start this contest? It looks like it's going to be Moses Lake, with Miguel Arreola starting the action, and yep, it's going to be Miguel Arreola. Mr. Covarrubias checking his watch. There's the whistle. We are in business here, folks, at the fabled Apple Bowl in Wenatchee. The touch to the back for Wiltbank. Wiltbank opening the game up to the left side. The push-up field into Wenatchee territory does not pay the dividends they expected. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Moses Lake. It looks like it will be Wiltbank once again. The butt well met by the back line of the Panthers. Fancy little move there. Way back for Juarez. There's a story behind Juarez's presence under the three tubes today, Matt Wisen, but you'll tell us about it in a second, because here comes Wenatchee. Garcia, the shot out of the box, and like a flash from outside comes Mr. Wiltbank to put out that fire there. 39 minutes left now that we have a couple of seconds. Tell us about the presence of this young man under the three tubes.
I don't know a whole lot about him, but what Coach Viramontes was saying earlier, next man up philosophy, and
there's a shot, sails over the crossbar.
So for every player, that might have another opportunity to do something and misses a game or whatever, and that means it's an opportunity for a player to step up. And in this case, goalkeeper
Juarez.
Zane Randall is in Spain with his club team for a week or so, and this young gentleman gets an opportunity to step in and prove his mettle here at the varsity.
Not a bad deal at all. The quick run down the flank, interrupted by the back line of Moses Lake. Ball goes out of bounds. The ball will belong to the Panthers.
And he's already got a win under his belt. So he did get the win last week against Davis, 4-3.
There's the throw-in. Ball a little hard to handle right there. The long kick up field with more urgency than style from the back line of the Mavericks. Battling for it is Kevin Segura. Gets into a bit of a mixer with Martinez. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Moses Lake. 37-37 on the clock. Trying to bring it down. Jace Williams. Ball gets past the mystery man today, number 15. And for Moses Lake, we'll tell you in a second who he is, in a few minutes rather, who he is. He's not on the roster. There's a Gabriel Castrejon in the C team and a Diego Olivares in the junior varsity team. But at least we've kind of sort of solved part of the mystery here. The quick run upfield by Moses Lake. A bit of a battle right at the circle, whistle on the play, and a foul called on Jose Limon. It will be a free kick for the Mavericks. Putting it back into play is Mr. Wiltbank, who is quickly taking on a starring role in keeping this back line of the Mavericks upright here in the early going. The long kick up field, waiting for it for Moses Lake was Julian Mercado. Not a major worry for Juarez. Juarez surveying his territory. Goes straight up Route 1 there. Couple of bounces. Cruz under some pressure. Whistle on the play, foul called. It will be once again Moses Lake ball, 36 on the dot left in the first half. This moment of the game brought to you by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call 662-6842. 509-662-6842. Eddie Cruz. Peña. The touch to the back for PJ Martin. Martin in a bit of a spot there. Good pressure by Anthony Garcia, throwing for Wenatchee. There's the good ball. Garcia Mendoza opening the game up to the right side. Jose Limon backtracking a little bit. The touch by Harris all the way back now for Manuel Velasquez. Velasquez straight up the middle to Jonathan Garcia Mendoza, trying to get past the forest of white jerseys. Stopped at midfield. Cruz for the Mavericks, taken back by the Panthers. Harris recovered by Mercado for the Mavericks. Bit of a ping pong match. Bit of nerves perhaps, not a whole lot of clarity in the early going, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, I was just going to...
There's a through ball. Just when we were talking about a lack of clarity and the diving stop by the goalkeeper, Mr. Boyle. Play continues. Right foot across. Out of the box. Rejected. Trying again is Limon from way outside. No, he's going to open the game to the left side. Harris. The give and go back to Harris. Switching flanks and a timely header that time by, it looks like Kevin Segura, when the ranch was threatening to catch on fire. Harris. That one is Jonathan Garcia Mendoza. Long ball. Out the flank. Slaloming past. Right-footed shot. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for Moses Lake. Mr. Wisen, the floor is yours.
Yeah, both teams just kind of need to settle in. Wenatchee's missing quite a few passes. And just it seemed like they're a half step slow in the attack. Kind of just need to catch their breath and settle into this game and start clicking a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more individual play that I'm sure they want to see. Spread it out, try and dictate the pace of the game, and they'll be okay. Moses Lake on the other side, they're being pretty patient. They're being a little direct, trying to figure out how Wenatchee's going to defend and counterattack.
A quick run down the flank. Moses Lake on the move now. Kevin Segura interrupted. Good triangulation that time. The ball on the feet of Jose Limon. Oh, taken away nimbly by the mystery man, number 15. Touch to the back. Near the top of the box, the effort by Arreola. Wenatchee on the quick counter. This could be interesting if it gets past Wilbank. It does not. PJ Martin. Henry Peña. The touch up field. And Mr. Mercado under some pressure there. Can't quite wrangle it, but it's sent out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Moses Lake nonetheless. The fancy little touch that time by the Mavericks. A long kick upfield by Martinez. Rejected. Trying again is PJ Martin. Taken back by the Mavericks. This could be interesting if there's a bit of an anticipation there. Battling for it is Vega. Vega. The turn down the staircase. Up the gut for Garcia. Anthony whistle on the play. None forthcoming. Referee says get back up. Play continues and a charge from behind. And that should be worth a yellow card in my opinion. That should be worth a yellow card in my opinion. But we don't have the whistle or the flag. And it will just be a free kick for Moses Lake. That was a hard charge from up here, looked like, my Wisen.
It was a little on the dangerous side when you take a player's foot out from behind them, and they're not prepared for that. So, maybe I would think maybe yellow card right off the bat might be a little harsh, but setting the tempo and at least talking to the player, saying, hey, calm down a little bit.
Arriola's push interrupted by the back line of the Panthers. Trying again for the Mavericks was Henry Peña. Taken away. Garcia Mendoza, Pierre Vega. Peña on the defensive effort. Bit of a shove there. Whistle on the play, foul called. And it will be a free kick for the Panthers. 30-30 on the clock left in this first half. Mercado backtracking a little bit. Pierre Vega getting ready. Vega, right-footed touch. And it looks like Mr. Martinez, David Martinez, is going to let it sail by, and he does. This moment of the game brought to you by Apple Valley Honda. Test drive a new Honda today at Apple Valley Honda in East Wenatchee. Apple Valley Honda committed to preserving the environment not only with fuel-efficient vehicles, but with other eco-friendly actions and alternatives. The through ball that time doesn't quite work, but Wenatchee still trying. The quick run upfield by Garcia Mendoza. Top of the box, flag is up. None of this will count.
That was close. I thought the number one was holding him on, but that was close.
29-18 on the clock. We're still tied at 0-0.
So initial thoughts here. I'm Moses Lake. While I think they've been a little bit fortunate, they're not recognizing Anthony Garcia's pace, and they've had a couple instances where they haven't been able to deal too well with him pressing, and their defensive shape is a little bit spread out, not compact enough, and they're playing very flat and leaving a lot of space in behind when they're in possession. And so if Wenatchee can, like right now, there's all kinds of space, miles in behind.
Oh, my goodness. You were talking about it just then. There's Pierre Vega. Pierre Vega on a mission. Inside the box, clean challenge, in my opinion, by the Moses Lake player. In this case, I think it was P.J. Martin. And now it will be Moses Lake with the ball. Matt Wisen, the floor is yours once again. But you called it right there.
Yeah, and so if I'm Wenatchee, that's how I'm going to attack them. You can hit a long diagonal ball through to the right player. They're just kind of asking for it with their defensive shape right now. And I think Wenatchee, we're going to see either a goal come off of a press, defensive pressing when they're trying to clear the ball out, or we're going to get some kind of room in behind. They're leaving 35, 40 yards in behind. And that's, I think, where we're going to see some success here pretty soon.
Whistle on the play once again. Mr. Covarrubias having a very busy time of it, although we haven't seen cautions, let alone ejections in this early going. Free kick for the Moses Lake Mavericks. Taking care of it is P.J. Martin. Nobody warming up on the Moses Lake bench. Nobody warming up that we can see on the Wenatchee side. Bit of a dangerous collision right there. The referee, that's right, it was high kick, leg up as they call it in the old country. Dangerous play for Moses Lake, and the referee instructing the players to point their toes downward when they lift the paw. 27-7 left on the clock. The good through ball. What time? This could be landing on the feet of Vega. Vega, the shot! Oh my goodness! He sinned of generosity that time, but the flag was up. So none of that. Was that an offside call? Or
no,
was he just pointing? He was just pointing as a goal kick. Okay,
Yep.
But that was another good opportunity for Wenatchee, and the carbon copy of the one that you mentioned. Absolutely. Long through ball to the left and let Vega work his magic. That time he was a little too generous. He saw the man on the right flank penetrating inside the box and delivered a touch that was just a little too long.
Yeah, the four back for Moses Lake is playing very flat and very spread out when they're in defense. So sideline to sideline, there's 10 to 15 yards between those players. And that makes a super easy running lane and a passing lane to get through. So they need to get closer to each other and shrink those passing lanes and those running lanes to make it more difficult for the penetrating runs and passes.
Henry Peña in a bit of a battle with Anthony Garcia. Whistle on the play. Much to the disbelief of Mr. Peña and Mr. Cruz, it will be the Panthers putting it back into play. 25-52 left in the first half. We're still tied at 0. Sebastian Moraga on the call. Matt Wisen and the expert analysis. Thrilled to have you with us wherever you may be today. Jose Limon. Right side, the shot that time. Sails a little wide. And the negotiations, in this case by Mr. Anthony Garcia Mendoza, do bear fruit. It will be a corner kick for Wenatchee. And I'm starting to see what you meant, Matt Wisen, when you said that Moses Lake has been a little bit fortunate. They're starting to... Wenatchee starting to clearly dictate the pace here in this stretch of the play.
Yeah, much more. Ball's being played much more on this end, getting more looks.
There's the kick. The header! Go, 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 go! Wenatchee takes the lead. A beautiful header by Manuel Velasquez. 1 for Wenatchee, none for Moses Lake. 20. Make that 16 minutes. 60 minutes. 24 minutes left in this, the first half of play. And we have the first tally of the game, Matt Wisen.
Yeah.
Manuel Velasquez.
Good finish. Just got overwhelmed them with numbers in the middle of the box, and Moses Lake just couldn't get onto that ball.
We're back in action now. Moses Lake now with some homework, Matt Wisen, and
yeah, Moses Lake is looking a little bit out of sorts right now, like that. You know, they're having some second guessing, and certainly didn't start the game off the way they wanted to.
Vega interrupted that time by number 15 with his shoulder, no less, pushing the ball upfield. Hey, it's a fair touch. There he is. The through ball that time. Good opportunity trying to connect with Arreola. Arreola gets sandwiched in between two defenders. And the referee shows up to tell him, get back up. Play continues.
Yeah, good defensive play there.
I thought it was a clean challenge. I thought it was a clean challenge as well. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, it was clean. Just had more numbers on him, and the defenders were in position. The keeper needs to pick that one up right there.
Under some pressure, Mr. Martin sending it back to the goalkeeper, Boyle, who handled that ball like a hot potato that time, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, pick it up when you can. When you've got players barreling down on you and you don't have an easy outlet, just take the safe choice.
Which would be?
Pick it up. Yeah.
I thought you weren't allowed to.
Yeah, it wasn't a pass back, was it?
It was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well.
It looked like it was.
If it was a pass back, then just put a boot on it.
Yeah, boom, send it. Near sideline, or touch lane in this case. The quick push up field. Rejected. Moses Lake putting a lot of effort, but not a whole lot of ideas yet, Matt Wisen. They're struggling a little bit. They're having a really hard time making it into the into the Wenatchee half of the field.
So they're not going to be able to get. I mean, it's only a 1-goal lead, but it feels a little bit more than that at this point. Just because I think Wenatchee's having more success, more possession, and more opportunities.
Oh, heel touch that time. Whistle on the play. And how long is Mr. Covarrubias going to blow that whistle till he says, I've seen enough of this stuff? Because he's been very busy in the early going.
He's a
patient man.
A patient man.
He is a
correct.
patient man, yes.
And if I have any critique of his ability, I mean, I would love to have his patience and his level-headedness. But if I was to be a referee, I would like to set the standard early in the game of what I expect to see how it played, and let the players know where my red line is, and talk to them and let them know. And by not giving warnings, verbal or visual with the card, you're telling the players that what just occurred is okay.
Is okay. That's right.
Even if you blow the whistle, you still need to say, hey, that's going to be a yellow card if you continue on. You can say that. It's not going to hurt.
J.J. Oronia, number 19, is in for the Mavericks. Oh, good screen pass to Tash. Go, 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 go! What a goal that time. It looked like it was Pierre Vega, number 8, Wisen.
Fantastic finish. Just still a little bit spread out in the defense, even as close as they were to the goal on there. Not being compact enough, and you're not quick enough to defend when the ball's being played that quickly. Then there's a fantastic one touch, and knowing where your player's going to go, and he put it right on his foot, and he was able to just get right on through. And
points to you, man. Brownie points to you. You said that the goals for Moses Lake were going to come by means of the long through ball inside the heart of the box, and then let Pierre Vega and company take care of the rest, and that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, so Moses Lake, well, here we are, 2-0, right? And so we stay 2-0 can be a curse. And if you're Moses Lake coach, what I'm trying to do is not get it all back at once. I'm trying to find small victories on the field, and maybe that's Lincoln 1 pass.
Whistle on the play that time.
And then Lincoln 2 passes. And then 3. Things like that. Winning your individual battles. Focus on that. Get some confidence on the field. The goals will come. But you have to win those individual battles. You have to win those small challenges, the small things like Lincoln passes without turnovers.
Absolutely. We have a free kick for the Wenatchee Panthers, and speak of the devil, it's Mr. Vega himself taking care of it. Vega, is he going to try his luck? No, he's going to connect with a player right in the heart of the box, and the ball sailed a little too high. It was Jose Limon, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, just a half volley. Just kind of went, took a little bit too high of a bounce. Beautiful ball in, nice run. Moses Lake's got to commit to not letting that ball touch the ground inside the box. You can't let that happen. As talented as some of these players are for Wenatchee, your back is to the goal. You're facing the ball coming in. It's harder for Wenatchee to play that ball. You should have every right to get to that ball first.
Stopped at midfield. Play continues. Whistle on the play. It will be an infraction called on the Mavericks. It looked like a handball for a second there, Matt Wisen. Heel touch. Off to the races we go. Aiden Harris. Heart of the box. Cleared away. Ball goes out of bounds. This moment of the game brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy, Aquatherapy, Sports Biomechanics, Orthopedic Physical Therapy, Orthotics, all you need to keep moving. Find them online at biosports.net. Open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We have a player down inside the box. It's a Moses Lake player, and they're calling for the training staff to come lend a hand. The player is checking his nose, so my guess is he will return to action. 17:07 on the clock. Players taking this opportunity to take a sip of water or two, and we'll take this opportunity to tell you that Moses Lake will play Wenatchee again on April 15th on a Tuesday, but that's of course baseball. We will have the game on Facebook Live with Grant Olson on the call at 5 p.m. and on TV at 7 p.m. on the 15th of April. So Moses Lake and Wenatchee, this very same clash, but only on the diamond, coming your way on the 15th of April. And then on the 17th, the Salem Capitals play the Wenatchee Bighorns basketball team a visit And we'll have that game streaming live on our Facebook page with Grant Olson on the call as well at 7 p.m. on Thursday, April the 17th. So plenty of action coming your way here on NCWLIFE Channel. 16 minutes, 17, make that 8 seconds left in the first half. Wenatchee ahead of Moses Lake, 2-0 whistle on the play. It will be the Panthers putting it back into play. Call Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate for all your real estate needs in Central Washington. Dial them 509-888-8887. The free kick for Wenatchee. One of the axioms of soccer is, of course, that there's nothing more deceitful, deceiving, and duplicitous than the 2-0 lead. But you called it, Matt Wisen, and this lead feels a little bigger than that.
Yeah, it does. Moses Lake they're giving off the vibe that they don't have a whole lot of confidence right now, and it's showing in their turnover ratio, their body language. They feel like they're losing some of those individual battles, and now's the time they need somebody to step up and really start putting a spark on them.
What's worrisome to me is that this squad has played some really good teams. Even though some of them are 2A teams, they've played some really good teams. Mm-hmm. They do not have a winning record, but they are 3-4. But they have yet to see the final third of the field, and we're like a quarter hour away from a bit of a mix there, and ball sent out of bounds. We're a quarter away from the halftime break.
Yeah, you got to do something. Settle them down. Try to, like I said, confidence can come by just possessing the ball a little longer. Confidence can come from making a good pass. Communication, effective communication, good defensive play, whatever it takes. You know, even if it's a hard challenge, it's a solid tackle to win the ball, to kick it out of bounds, whatever it takes. Just look for those moments to find a little victory and build on it.
Bit of a takeaway there by Vega. Slaloming past one, slaloming back to the shot, and bounces off Mr. Boyle, who wrangles and ultimately captures that ball. 13:54 left in the first half of play. Wenatchee ahead of Moses Lake 2-0. It's been a rather easy night for Mr. Boyle's counterpart, Mr. Juarez, who has not been busy at all. We just spotted him a couple of minutes ago. Doing calisthenics, trying to stay warm.
Yep, that's
right-footed touch, clearly blocked by Moses Lake. David Martinez. Martinez with a good ball to the feet of Arreola. Arreola can't overcome one last marker. Ball goes out of bounds. Is there a substitution, Matt Wisen? Yes, there is. It's Moses Lake sending some fresher legs out there. It looks like it's Mr. Wiltbank returning to action, number 4. He was the gentleman who got injured earlier a little bit.
Good to see him back in. Wenatchee brought in number 2 also.
Thank you very much. That would be, let's look at the roster here. That would be Luis Beltran coming in for Wenatchee, number 2.
So as we're collecting our papers, I'm taking some notes.
Bit of a handball there. Referee says play on. Matt Wisen, the floor is yours.
I like to show up early, watch the JV game a little bit, start getting into the mode, and got an update.
Oh, a bit of a takeaway that time. Limon, the shot, Limon! And that one sails about a foot away from the upright.
Yeah, Wenatchee's smelling that goal, and you're starting to see that. You know, and that could be one of Wenatchee's thing is sometimes when you smell the goal and the team gets goal hungry, you get your head down a little bit. You miss open players. Everybody wants to get theirs. They get a little selfish, and then they start losing track of what got them the success to begin with. And so they can hit their own little bit of a rut. But really quick, to change sports here, we got an update from the softball field over right across, right at the other end zone on the west side of the field, or the east-west side of the field. Wenatchee is playing Sunnyside. And freshman pitcher, Adamari Iniguez pitched a 13 strikeouts no-hitter.
Woo!
And also went 3 for 4 from the plate with a single, double, and a triple.
That is a good day.
So that was a fantastic game, a result by a an up-and-coming softball star.
There's a shot. Good ball. Top of the box. The volley, the diving effort by Mr. Boyle. And a shot that time by the Panthers. It looks like it's number 18. 1 second. But it clearly deserved better. That was a good effort by the Panthers, who, like you said, they're smelling that third goal, Matt Wisen.
Yep, they're smelling that goal. Might have rushed the shot, might have missed a player, but just couldn't quite close those hips enough to get around on that tough angle.
It's Mo Nasser, number 18, for the Panthers, who almost wrote his name on the scorebook. There's a through ball that time, interrupted by Wildbank. Wildbank clearing it away, connecting. Bit of a run that time.
They're kind of leaving
on the mark. Go ahead.
They're kind of leaving him on an island there when Moses Lake gets the ball, and so you need numbers around, especially if you're trying to keep possession.
Vega.
You can't really leave a player out to dry and hope to retain possession.
Harris off to the races. Harris shot across. Wildbank on the clearing, trying again is Vega. Across the center alley. There's J.J. Oroni on defense. Another try. Nassar inside the box. Nassar, the shot blocked away. It should be a corner kick, and it will be a corner kick. 9 minutes 37 left in this first half of play. Global Car Care, your vehicle is their number one priority. Diesels and European cars are their specialty. Pick up and drop off available. Stop by their website, globalcarcare.net. We have one of the most skilled PA announcers in the Valley calling this game in 2 languages, folks. Alfonso Lopez right next to us. There's the header and the stop by Mr. Boyle. And according to Mr. Lopez, that was the 4th corner kick for Wenatchee. Whistle on the play that time. Will we have another substitution? It looks like Moses Lake is getting ready to send some reinforcements that time. It looks like it's number 5 for the Moses Lake boys. That will be Ledger Archer. So the 3rd substitution for Moses by my count. It will be Mr. Archer, number 5, on the back of his pristine white jersey.
I first met Mr. Lopez, Mr. Alfonso Lopez.
Yes.
When I was on the interview committee.
Shot across. There's Archer.
When he was interviewing for the position at Lewis and Clark Elementary as the principal. And we recommended to hire Mr. Lopez as a principal, and he became principal. Fantastic job there. And my kids were...
There's a shot across. Good ball, Lasso! What a shot! What a combination that time! And Wenatchee, who you said was smelling the 3rd goal, now they have it. It is a courtesy of Anthony Garcia. 7 minutes 31. What a combination from the left side, Matt Wisen. Garcia didn't hesitate at all. Put foot to ball and waited for the hugs.
Yeah, outstanding finish there. I mean, tough finish. I mean, half volley, rather high bounce. Hitting that ball as it's coming across your body is not an easy thing to do. Moses Lake still needs to get more compact. Those passing lanes, those running lanes are still pretty wide open. And with that said, Wenatchee is smelling success on that ball down the left and then crossing it.
Two of the goals have come from basically, if not the identical recipe, a very similar recipe down the left flank. The first goal was a corner kick from the right side and a beautiful header in by Manuel Velasquez. But the other two, just what you anticipated would happen, Matt Wisen. There's a header, And look, Wenatchee brought a goalkeeper. It will be the one, the only, Said Juarez.
Yeah, not a bad header. Good job redirecting that onto goal. Just not getting enough power behind that one.
Bit of a battle there. Couple of late hits there. Whistle on the play, Mr. Covarrubias. 6 minutes left on the clock, and the temperature has dropped considerably here at the Apple Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Bad day to wear short sleeve shirts, but you know, there's a quick run down the right side. A good combination. Goal, 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 goal! And Wenatchee begins to run away with this one. A beautiful cross from the left side. Third consecutive goal that happens in that fashion. And now it is 4-0 for the Panthers. And was that Mr. Nassar? I saw score a goal, number 18. That's right, Mo Nassar.
Yeah, they couldn't. First of all, you just playing down that left side can't really deal with Anthony's pace down there, and he did a great job of laying that ball right out. Good job by Mr. Nassar to see that ball coming and getting down there in time.
And he'd been wanting it for a while. He had a couple of close calls earlier. We have a substitution for Moses Lake, number 12, Felipe Ro Oronia. Felipe Ro Oronia, number 12, whom I'm told is not related to JJ Oronia. I asked the coaching staff for the Mavericks, and he is not related to JJ Oronia. Just a coincidence. It is 4-0 for the Panthers, and don't forget there's, oh my goodness, that's a good opportunity. That sails just a little wide. Don't forget there's still 44 minutes left of soccer action. Sky's the limit right now for a very confident Wenatchee squad, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, I think Moses Lake just wants to get into half and regroup, do whatever they can do to take the rest of the 4 minutes off the clock and regroup a little bit. But you got to be safe. You got to really commit to defending at this point and make it more difficult for Wenatchee.
This moment of the game brought to you by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge, 100% real cheese, and freshly rolled dough. Order online at abbys.com. A quick run up the field. Mr. Archer to chase it. The touchline will get there first. It will be a throw-in for the Panthers. Down the flank. Pushing the ball upfield. Look how wide they are. Absolutely. Look how wide the Moses Lake defenders are. Right-footed shot. Inside the box. Couple of bounces. Flag is up. Flag is down. Flag is back up again. Offside called. It will be Moses Lake ball. 2 minutes, 58 seconds left. We had a bit of an interruption there when Mr. Wiltbank suffered that minor injury, but he returned to the field shortly thereafter, so I don't anticipate a lot of injury time, Matt Wisen.
No, I don't think so either. Maybe a minute or two. It's kind of standard.
Tops, yeah. A quick run down the flank. Shot across. Rejected by the back line of the Mavericks, and it looks like it was Anthony Garcia, who already has one tally to his name with the shot across. Substitution coming. It looks like number 7 for Wenatchee. That would be one Jace Williams. And we also have a substitution coming for the Mavericks. Let's have a look at who this gentleman is. It looks like it's number 17 for Moses Lake. That will be none other than Edgar Bernal. The good thing for Moses Lake that as much as they're struggling today, it's still early in the season. This is a tough pill to swallow, but it doesn't decide their fate in the Big Nine, no?
No, it doesn't. I mean, they've got a win over West Valley. They've had a very close result and a win against Davis. And so, they've a couple wins so far in this league. You're not doing too bad. You're just trying to get to playoffs here.
And there's one word you mentioned when we were getting ready for the broadcast to start is parity. There's a lot of parity in this league. So there's a quick run inside the box and the stop by Mr. Boyle before Jace Williams could catch up to it. So they can still make some noise here in what's left of the season, despite the tough night that they're having tonight.
Yeah, you play to get into the playoffs, and then hope for some luck. Anything can happen in the playoffs.
And let's not forget, there's still 40 minutes left of action. The clock has stopped, so the time is being kept now on the field by the officials. But nothing wrong with the Wenatchee offense today. Pierre Vega, 1 goal. Anthony Garcia, 1 goal. Manuel Velazquez, 1 goal. And off the bench, Mo Nassar with a tally of his own as well. Combination interrupted by the back line of the Mavericks. Trying again from the left side is Limon. Ball goes out of bounds. The referee says it's a corner kick. Could well be the last play of the half. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 white jerseys defending right now.
Moses Lake's got 10 players in the box, but only a couple of them are defending players.
There's a shot. Cleared away with a couple of headers. Ball is still bouncing inside the box. And now rejected by Andrew Calderon. The long ball, trying to find it, is Mr. Archer. There's Archer. Can't quite juggle it. Ball goes out of bounds. Looked like Bernal was battling, trying to keep it alive. It will be Moses Lake ball notwithstanding. Mr. Covarrubias following the action closely. Jonathan Garcia Mendoza opening the game up to the right side of the defense, backtracking a little bit. Combination, back to Garcia Mendoza, further back. Now, Wenatchee just happy to play keep away in a way, Matt Wisen.
Yeah, just playing possession, getting, they can also be inviting Moses Lake in, and then, here we go.
It is a double-edged sword, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Just about ready to put this first half in the record books, or rather, the history books, with Wenatchee ahead 4-0 over the visiting Moses Lake Mavericks. Glad to have you with us, and there's a through ball that time, interrupted by P.J. Martin. Martin connecting across the center alley with Harris. Back to Martin, the push-up field. Good maneuver. Stopped almost right at the 18. And here come the Panthers again. The through ball. Interesting idea. Oh my goodness, is this going to... Oh my goodness, what a shot. What a touch. With the precision of a neurosurgeon. What a combination, and that makes it 5-0. And is that the whistle I just heard, Matt Wisen? That indeed is the whistle. Mr. Anthony Garcia with the second tally of the half takes us to the break. We'll be right back after this.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from less.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, located in East Wenatchee, offers terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. From the golf course to the grill, you don't need to be a member to dine in style and play golf too. Highlander's well-groomed fairways and greens keep it difficult, yet friendly for your regular rounds of golf or a new destination for you and your out-of-town friends. Contact the Highlander Pro Shop today to schedule your tee time, outing, or tournament. Open 7 days a week, where everyone is welcome to play and eat.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl here in an increasingly chilly evening of soccer. Glad to have you with us. It's Wenatchee against Moses Lake, and it's been all Wenatchee here in the first half. After first 15 minutes, Matt Wisen, where both teams kind of felt each other out and tried to shake off the nerves. A corner kick from the right side and a beautiful header by Manuel Velasquez, giving Wenatchee a 1-0 lead, and then the floodgates just open.
Yeah, they found some a chink in the armor, if you will, and Wenatchee, once they found that key, just kept going back and using it, and Moses Lake did not adjust.
Utilizing Pierre Vega in a beautiful fashion. Those long balls to Pierre Vega on the left side paid dividends in the second goal for Wenatchee. Pierre Vega himself putting it away. And then the third goal by Anthony Garcia was almost a carbon copy in a way of the second one. Another quick run, another deep ball, and another touch to the left side of the Moses Lake, make that the right side of the Moses Lake defense. And all of a sudden, it's 3-0. And then a player off the bench who had a very, very close call, a very close opportunity that just went a little wide. Mr. Mo Nassar found himself with a good opportunity and put it away in tremendous fashion, making it 4-0 for the Wenatchee Panthers. And then just before the break, like seconds before the break, once again a quick run and a beautiful touch by Anthony Garcia, making this a 5-0 affair, and that's where things stand now. Matt Wisen, what do the Wenatchee Panthers have to take care of in a game that has basically gone their way ever since the first goal? And on the other hand, what can Moses Lake glean from this, and how can they improve? Not just today, but in the future.
So Wenatchee discipline, I want to see them. Moses Lake, is giving them lots of opportunities. Their defensive shape needs correcting, like yesterday. And I still want to see Wenatchee kind of manipulate Moses Lake's defense a little bit, and maybe even try some new things. Like instead of coming down the left side, try the right. If you can pull that left back out, open some space and attack that flank, and then try from the other side. Things like that. Obviously, keep possession. Keep working on improving on your touches, your pass connection ratio. Or a successful pass to unsuccessful pass. Try to possess the ball as long as you can. And not just by playing keep away, but by having passes with purpose. And it's not up to Wenatchee to, how am I going to say? It's up to Moses Lake to stop Wenatchee from scoring, right? But you also, if you're Wenatchee, have an opportunity here to get some players some more experience. Keep working on that depth that Miguel Viramontes was talking about. Maybe some supporting cast players that don't always get those minutes. Get them some minutes. Wenatchee has a fantastic schedule. They got a week until their next game. So they don't have to rest up really, but you still want to get some quality minutes on your bench players that could be called into substantial time at any minute, at any time. Now Moses Lake, I made the comment about defense and how they had 10 people inside the box just about, but only one or two of them were marking a player. You've got to commit to defense. You need to watch your shape and have it be more difficult to penetrate with either with passes or with runs. Take some pride here and really show some accountability as a defender. If I'm going to mark this player, I'm going to mark that player. and it doesn't mean that I'm like a touch and a half away. I'm touch tight, if not closer. I'm like, what I mean by touch tight is if I can reach out and touch the person. I'm not close.
Tell me the color of the eye. Tell me the color of his eyes.
Yeah, if we're in the defensive third, and Wenatchee's trying to play quick touch ball, we got to tighten things up. And I'm going to make it more difficult for a player to run through. They're going to have to go through me as a defender. That type of thing. Show some pride. Try to shut them out in the second half. That's your goal now as Moses Lake. And then build on that.
This moment of the broadcast brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control, living healthy, local, and pest-free. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet-safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate. Dialing 509-423-2207. That's 423-2207. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, 40 more minutes of top-notch soccer action for you. This is NCWLIFE Channel. Don't go away.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl. Wenatchee and Moses Lake just about ready to start the second half of this Big Nine clash, with Wenatchee leading by a score of 5-0. The goals courtesy of Manuel Velasquez, then Pierre Vega, Anthony Garcia, the first one for him, then Mo Nassar off the bench, and then the fifth one, Anthony Garcia, once again. We'll see how this second half shakes out. And I agree with you on this, Matt. I think this is a good opportunity for Wenatchee to tinker a little bit, to absolutely try some things out. The game is 5-0. We have a Moses Lake squad that, although very hardworking and with a considerable amount of talent, it does look a little demoralized. So it might be a good opportunity to move the pieces around, so to speak.
Well, yeah. Try some things that maybe some set plays that you've been working on. Maybe try a player out in a subtly different position. But keep your foot on the pedal, and what I mean by that doesn't necessarily mean keep trying to score goals, but your expectations and your demands of the player stays the same. It's not, oh well, if you turn it over, no big deal because we're up 5-0. You expect consistency whether you're winning 5-0 or losing 5-0.
We have a player down. Sorry to interrupt, Matt. It's a Wenatchee player who got the business end of what looked like to be an incidental, rather accidental collision with a Moses Lake player. Clearly did not see anything illicit from that. The player in question is Anthony Garcia Mendoza.
Well, are they waving over the trainers? Or are they just saying hi to the bench?
Let's see if they're going to bring in some help.
Here we go.
There are the trainers coming in. So a rather inauspicious beginning for this second half for Wenatchee. The player is, I think it's his right foot that is the one that's giving him trouble. In the meantime, let me tell you about Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Plan your next tournament and event today. Call the Pro Shop today to schedule your time on the Full Swing S4 widescreen golf simulators. Dial 509-884-4653. That is 884-4653. Mr. Garcia Mendoza still being treated on the field. The players trying to stay warm, kicking a ball around, the Wenatchee players, at least some of them. And now, is he going to try to get up? No, they're still working on that leg. They're still working on that leg. He doesn't seem to be reacting very dramatically to what they're doing, so my guess is that it's not a broken leg of any sort. Looks like perhaps a cramp or some kind of muscular issue.
I wonder if they're bringing in I don't know what they're doing here, but you know, with injuries sometimes to joints, to ankles, to feet, whatever, you don't really. There's a certain point that you don't want to test it out, you know. And so moving that player, getting them off the field, it needs to be supported.
Yeah.
And it's probably what they're doing is just bringing in some support, a brace or something like that.
Okay.
So
I stand corrected.
In case they can't, you know, completely lift this player off the field, they can at least support it so it doesn't do more damage to whatever happened.
We'd like to extend our thanks to the Kennedy Real Estate Group. They're more than selling houses, they're building communities. Buying or selling? Call the Kennedy Real Estate Group online at kennedygroup.com. Folks, don't forget, on April the 15th, Moses Lake and Wenatchee play again. This time it is a baseball game. Facebook Live at 5 p.m. and then on TV at 7 p.m. And then he's not putting any weight on that right foot at all, but he is indeed hopping off the field.
Yeah, you know, when they used to have a cart here on the field, one of those little John Deere whatchamacallits.
Yep.
And I'm not seeing something like that, so maybe a good opportunity to remind themselves to have one on board if they need one next time.
Well, I don't know if we will see him again in this contest. So a bit of bad news if it is indeed an injury for Mr. Garcia Mendoza.
Another player goes down.
Another player is down. Oh my goodness gracious.
Anthony Garcia couldn't come back to the game.
And there's it's a Wenatchee player indeed, yes. And he's gonna try to get up, and he is getting up, so he's gonna try to gingerly put some weight on that leg, and he's gonna stay in the contest. This was Manuel Velasquez, the man who opened the floodgates for the Panthers in the 17th minute of play. And now the action resumes. The quick run interrupted by Moses Lake. Whistle on the play. Let's see what the referee calls this one. Eddie Cruz did not care for that call, as it favored the Panthers. The long kick upfield, inside the box, sent out of bounds by PJ Martin. It's a corner kick, first one of the half.
Substitution coming in, number 22. Can be right there.
22 for
Wenatchee.
For Wenatchee.
Mr. Kobeck, it looks like.
Yes, indeed. There's a shot, cleared away with more urgency than style by the back line of the Mavericks.
Hey, but they got to that one first, right? So that was good. I mean, even if it went out of bounds and is out of play, they were first to the ball in the defensive third, or in the box.
Punched away. And there's another one.
Yep.
So that's how you build the confidence, small triumphs at a time. Jonathan Garcia Mendoza. Elijah Perez opening the game up to the left side of midfield. Rejected by the back line of the Mavericks. Ball goes out of bounds, all the way out of bounds to the. Is that the visitors' stands over there, or is that the? This is the visitors, isn't it?
No, we are on the home side.
Oh, we're the home side. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. All right. The quick touch. Ball will sail out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Moses Lake. Taking care of it for the Mavericks will be Martinez. Rejected by Elijah Perez. Trying again for the Mavericks is Arreola. Arreola, good through ball. Segura. Defensive effort that time by Schneider. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Mr. Juarez getting his exercise in. 31 and 35 left on the clock. Play resumes. Juarez. Couple of headers inside the circle. 3 of them, as a matter of fact. Wenatchee trying to wrangle it down. The through ball to Vega. Was he onside? He was, but it's a moot point anyway. Defensive effort by the Panthers. It will be
foul throw?
Yeah, it was a technical issue with the way that throwing was executed.
They're going to give him another opportunity.
Yeah, that's that's not exactly a hard and fast rule. Some referees go, no, you messed it up, the other team gets it. "30 minutes, 30 seconds left. That quick run down the flank, and the ball sails a little bit wide. It will be Wenatchee putting it back into play.
Just got a notification on my watch that said we might keep your eyes to the north. If the clouds are nice tonight, we might be able to see some northern lights.
Oh, all right.
So if you're fortunate enough to have a clear view of the sky, might be rewarded. If you can stay up that late, we'll see.
Boyle recouped by the midfield of the Panthers. Aiden Harris in a bit of a battle. The outlet touch for the Mavericks by Bernal. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Wenatchee. The through ball that time. Anthony Garcia trying to make something happen. Connecting with Vega. First on it is Kevin Segura. Ball goes out of bounds. It should be Wenatchee ball, and it is. 28:58 on the clock. This moment of the game brought to you by Sangster Motors, family owned and operated, home of the all-new electric Hummer pickup and SUV. There's the throw-in. Wildbank. The chilena in the hands of Mr. Boyle to put a stop to the danger. The old bicycle kick making an appearance here at the Apple Bowl. The heel touch. Jonathan Garcia Mendoza. Landeros. Landeros. Jonathan Garcia Mendoza across the center alley, pushing it straight up. Recovered by the Mavericks. Only temporarily. The through ball. Oh, just a step too high. That was Anthony Garcia trying to find a way to get himself a hat trick. The push-up field by Kobek. A through ball down the left side, repeating the recipe that yielded 2 goals in the first half, if not 3, as a matter of fact. And with more urgency than style, it looks like it was Mr. PJ Martin sending it to the corner kick. 27:04 left in the second half. Wenatchee with this one well in hand, 5 ahead of Moses Lake. Save Mart, Shop Smart, Shop Local, serving the Wenatchee Valley since 1962. That one dances in front of the goal. Not a major worry. It will be Moses Lake putting it back into play. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank our crew today. Studio producer Malcolm Whitehall, studio producer Cagney Fox, line producer Eric Granstrom, with the invaluable help of Dan Kuntz. Where would we be without him, really? Cameras, the task. The task carried out beautifully by William Eisenhardt, Juan Sanchez, and Kelly Benson, and our production assistant, Tim Bronowski. And of course, this fine gentleman next to me on our, 8th, 9th, 13th, 27th year doing games together? Matt Wisen.
Been a while.
Been a while.
We've been... yeah.
The quick touch. Inside the header with a bit of a pressure there. He tried to head it to his goalkeeper, but the ball went out of bounds, says the referee, Mr. Covarrubias, and there will be a substitution. And was it? Let's see. Yeah, it was number 2 for Wenatchee. That would be Mr. Beltran, who found himself in a very, very sticky wicket right there.
Yeah, and we were talking about the new keeper. How long has he been playing with the first team? Just probably some communication issues going on there.
There's a substitution for Moses Lake right before the corner. There's a header. Sails a little wide. Trying again from the top of the box. There's Wiltbank, the shot, and that one sails over the crossbar. But Moses Lake showing a bit of a flicker there of hope, putting some pressure on the back line of Wenatchee, which bent but did not break. It's still 5-0 in favor of the Panthers. Tacos Chava, you love Tacos Chava and East Wenatchee. Let them cater your next event for the holidays. Find them on Facebook by searching Tacos Chava East Wenatchee. quick run up the field. Off to the races we go. Wenatchee trying to catch the backline of Moses Lake, which still looks a little flat, my Wisen, trying to catch him by surprise. What's your take? Have they improved?
Well, I mean, Wenatchee hasn't scored yet.
Well, that's one way of looking at it, yes.
Yeah, it's not as, I think they have improved a little bit. If anything, they're accustomed to the pace that Wenatchee can put down that sideline, and they're not making it as easy. They've done some things that
ahead of that time, and the diving Mr. Boyle, a couple of bounces in and out. Who's going to tap it in? And they clear it in the last minute. You were talking about not making it as easy, and well, they bent, but they did not break that time. There's a shot inside the box, looking for the foul call was Mr. Salcedo, none forthcoming. Play resumes. Ulises Salcedo, number 3 in for the Panthers. There's a quick move, opening the game up. Good combination to the left side. This could be interesting. And Juarez coming up big. The shot by Kevin Segura, it looked like. And Juarez called upon, I believe, for the first time to keep the ball from kissing the back of the net. Responds in fine fashion. Whistle on the play, however. It will be a foul called in favor of the Mavericks. Matt Wisen, did you see it? No, you didn't see it? I didn't see it either. 22-34. This moment of the game brought to you by Valley Tractor, North Central Washington's trusted equipment and rental dealer for 75 years.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see what was illegal about that play, but
it will be Mr. Segura. Will he try his luck in surprising and all of a sudden rather busy Mr. Juarez, or will he try to put one inside that forest of white jerseys and black jerseys? That one sails across the front of the box. Not a major worry for the Panthers, who now will put it back into action on this throw-in. There's a bit of a chipper there. Will it be a bit of a shove? Yeah. Yes, indeed. That was quite illicit, and a couple of apologies being issued right there. You know, you talked about this during the JV game. This is a team that still, perhaps as a program, needs to gain a little bit in the area of discipline, because you saw that. Yeah. You're ahead 5-0. I know you want to score another goal, but there's no need to shove the other guy, you know?
I'm not going to hold that against Anthony. You know, as a striker, you're looking for every little edge you can get. Really? And little shoves like that, if you can get away with them, it wasn't
blatant.
It wasn't, well, there wasn't any, malice behind it.
Okay.
It was an attempt to get an edge, to knock the player off his balance a little bit. It was definitely a foul. There's no question about it.
Oh, absolutely.
And could it have gone to a yellow card if the player, you know, the result of that, if it would have knocked him off balance enough and he would have hit the deck hard enough, maybe, yeah, I could support that yellow card there. I don't think, you know, that's just, I don't want to take that spirit, that competitiveness away from my striker who's hungry to get at goal and looking for every little edge you can. The discipline I'm talking about is, and I haven't seen it in this game, but the type of discipline where, you know, the referee warns you if you've been called offside and you shot the ball after the whistle and he's told you to knock it off, and you go ahead and do it again. Or if you're talking back to the referee after they call a foul. That type of discipline.
Or lack of discipline.
Or lack of such, yes. Yeah. That's the stuff that, you know, we can always improve on. And I think, like I say, I can't say I've seen much of that in this game from Wenatchee today.
This moment of the game brought to you by Together for Youth, encouraging you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth and the environment. Find a kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org. Ball goes out of bounds, so it will be a throw-in for the Panthers. I got to hand it to the Panthers, though, Matt Wisen. They are still taking this game very seriously. I have not seen any sort of, okay, you know, let's just pass it to each other and let the clock tick away.
Yeah, and like I was trying to say, you want your players as a coach to have their foot onto the floor the entire game, every single game, regardless of the score. The things you tinker with are maybe putting players in positions you want to try them out in, maybe trying a new formation in certain situations, that type of stuff. If you're playing keep away, you're still going 100%. You're still taking it personal if you lose the ball. That's what you're trying to instill in this program.
And also, if you're a midfielder who has to play defense because this game is so out of hand, you also go 100%.
Correct.
Yeah. A quick run, whistle on the play, foul called. And it looks like we will have our first yellow card of the game. Let's see. Yep, there is indeed. First yellow card. And, of course, they had to go to the guy who's not on the roster. All right. Moses Lake with the first yellow card of the game. Will he take a seat? Is that the rule still?
That's the rule. At least I thought it was. You know, it was in the JV game. I saw 4 or 5 yellow cards given out in that game.
Yeah, he has to go. The referee, Mr. Covarrubias, has a lot of patience, but
I don't think he understood. Oh, there
we go. There we go. Time for you to take a seat, says Mr. Covarrubias, who's done a good job.
Here comes the first yellow card for
It's number 15, and it will be Oronia, JJ Oronia replacing him. There's the shot, right at the hands of Mr. Boyle, who is very hard to miss in that bright orange jersey. He could work for the DOT, Matt Wisen.
Good. That's a great color. You know, as a shooter, a goalkeeper with that color jersey on draws my eyes towards them, and that's exactly what the keeper wants. Is for the shooter to be looking at them.
Yeah, reminds me of back in the 80s. There was this goalkeeper who played in Spain, in Colombia, who played in Peru, and of course in my home country of Chile. Oscar Wirth. He used to wear like stripes like a bee, just to exactly to attract the eye of the shooter. Like black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, like that.
I think I've seen that one before, and they're effective, at least for me.
Oh yeah, he had a long successful career. There's a throw-in for the Panthers. A couple of bounces there. They're looking for a handball call. The Mavericks are non-forthcoming. Ball goes out of bounds. And it will be P.J. Martin yielding to a teammate now, in this case Mr. Boyle, to take care of this one. 15 minutes, 55 seconds left in this one. This moment of the game brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of essential safety. Les Schwab Tires takes your safety seriously. Stop by today. Top of the box, the shot bounces off Wilbank. The defensive header by Oronia. And from way outside, Mr. Boyle watches it sail just a little wide. It will be a goal kick for the Mavericks. Another substitution. It looks like it will be Mr. Archer, judging by that hairstyle of his. We're going to double check if it is indeed... Nope, I was wrong. It is not him. Serves me right. It is Jacob Gervin, number 6, not number 5. The stop by Juarez. 14 minutes, 49 left. Together for Youth encourages you to dispose of unused and expired prescriptions to protect youth and the environment. Find a kiosk near you by visiting medproject.org. On to the other end of the field we go now.
There has been a substitution for Moses Lake. Number 6 comes in, Jacob
It will be Wenatchee putting it back into play. Throwing for the Panthers. And it looks like, yes indeed, it looks like Mr. Beltran will yield to a teammate. There's the throw-in. Punching it away is Boyle. Always makes me nervous when a goalkeeper does that, my Wisen, especially so deep in his own box.
Well, if you can catch it, catch it. That's my punch is not your first choice.
Yeah, I understand if you're punching it. Oh, we have a couple of fans just falling in the stands. Nobody's been injured. They're all giggling.
Getting rowdy.
Yeah, but if you're punching it from the 18, I can understand. But if you're punching it right from basically the mouth of the goal, that's going to end up inside the box, chances are. So you don't want to do that. There's the shot, and Mr. Boyle watches it sail by. A good effort that time by none other. It looked like that number 14 for the Panthers, another mystery player.
Yeah, you want to punch it, to shuttle it out of bounds over the top of the bar. Last resort just to clear it. But the big thing is you don't have the control. It's a 50-50 ball at that time. You could be turning it over to your opponent in a bad position.
Ulises Saucedo enters the contest for Wenatchee. 12 minutes, 48 seconds left in the second half of play. Good move that time. Right-footed touch, and Mr. Boyle watches it sail out of bounds. I messed up the Les Schwab ad, so I'm going to do it again. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of essential safety. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously. Stop by today.
Yeah, speaking of Les Schwab, it's almost time for that snow tires off date, right?
That was this week, April 1st.
April 1st, yeah. I've been hearing lots of studs still on cars. Good time to get those off. They do a lot of damage to the roads, and they're not needed, so you can save them for next year.
Yeah.
And Les Schwab is perfectly capable of doing that changeover for you.
11:55 left on the clock. Wenatchee well ahead of this one. 5 tallies to 0. And a substitution coming for the Mavericks. And this time it is Mr. Archer, number 5. The defensive header that time. Pushing it upfield was David Martinez. The recovery. A bit of a one-on-one with Wilbank. And a bit of a whistle there. Foul called indeed. And there's that competitive spirit you were talking about, Matt Wisen. Getting a little grabby with that jersey.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's a seasoned attacker for you, looking for every little angle. And great defensive play. I was worried at first that was against the defender because he was playing him clean, physical but clean, and had great position on him.
Good hustle. He had to come back a ways to catch up to him. Ball in play at midfield. Ball goes out of bounds. Mr. Archer sending it that way. It will be Wenatchee putting it back into play. 10 minutes and 38 seconds left in the second half of play. Would like to thank you once again for being with us in this chilly evening of soccer here in the Wenatchee Valley. There's still more soccer coming your way as the season progresses. We still haven't done a Wenatchee versus Eastmont, so that should be coming here in a week or so, perhaps a little more.
Next month, I believe, at Eastmont.
Oh, I stand corrected. There's a shot. Ball sails over the crossbar and the field goal posts.
Famous words of Bob Euchre. Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. We're going to miss that man. We're going to miss that man. But
it might be one of the first times I've ever brought a baseball analogy into a soccer game.
Thank you, man.
Maybe not an analogy, but
quick move straight up the middle. And before Moses Lake could make something happen. The efforts of Miguel Arreola get interrupted. Play resumes. Archer. Quick run down the side. Ball goes out of bounds. Let's see what the referee says. Referee says corner. Corner kick. Yes, yes indeed. 9 minutes, 9 seconds left in this second half of play. Moses Lake still showing a pulse here. I gotta give it up for Mr. Lopez here, right next to us, doing the PA announcing in 2 languages, folks. The shot, not a major worry that time. Cleared away with more urgency than style by the back line of Wenatchee. Excuse me, folks. Ball went out of bounds. They're chasing it around, looking for it. So, Wenatchee, without playing the second half in anything resembling a lackadaisical fashion, they do seem quite content and just holding off Moses Lake's attempts. And Moses Lake, credit to them, eternal credit to them, they're trying to at least break away the shutout.
Yeah, they're getting some shots. They're having opportunities, creating some opportunities, I might say. And so far, keeping Wenatchee off the board in the second half. That's something to build on.
There's a quick run down the flank. Off to the races we go. The effort by Anthony Garcia doing battle over there with Wildbank. Shot across. Oh my goodness, just a hair too late for Pierre Vega, who would have connected with that one. Good effort for Wenatchee. Just when we said, oh, Wenatchee's not, they're chilling out. They know that they got this one. Pierre Vega and Garcia connect, and it's a corner kick for the Panthers. So must have been a defender that kicked it away from from Vega's range, because that was a very dangerous looking shot across from the right side. Bit of a combo there. A bit of a 2-on-2. Ball goes out of bounds, so it will be Wenatchee ball. Nope, referee says it's Moses Lake who will put it into play.
Yeah, and
in this case, Jacob Gervin.
Moses Lake's defense on that, I mean, I can't find a whole lot of fault, like in just this last little 30 seconds or whatever. Their shape was pretty solid, and they were marking pretty tight.
A little longer than that. I think Gervin and Wilbank and Archer, they've done, and the rest of them, I'm not singling anybody out or trying to leave anybody outside. They have managed to keep Wenatchee off the board here in the second half, which they struggled mightily to do in the first half of this game. 5 minutes, 55 seconds left. Archer. Bit of a combo there. A quick push up field. Off to the races we go. This could be interesting. There's Vega inside the box. Vega, mano a mano. Vega, the shot. And that one kisses the upright. And the Wenatchee striker cannot believe it. It was actually Garcia. My goodness. He wants that third goal, Matt Wisen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, good pace. Good job making it difficult. You know, the defender from Wenatchee making that, or for Moses Lake making it difficult on Mr. Garcia.
And now the stop by Juarez, who smartly let the ball come to him. All the way back. All the way back, teasing the front line of Moses Lake a little bit. 4 minutes 51 left in this contest. Anthony Garcia wants that hat trick, folks. Loses track of the ball. I go ball that time. Inside the box. No, just on the edge of the box. Wildbank on defensive effort. Connecting with it looked like Segura for a second. There's Segura. Sending it upfield. Defensive push by Snyder. Back to Juarez. Juarez. Snyder. Wilbank. Martinez. Upfield for Arreola. And ultimately Juarez. 4 minutes left. We had a couple of injuries to start the second half, so that might affect the number of minutes we play after the clock reaches the 2-minute mark. But still, I do not anticipate a whole lot of time being played as far as injury time goes, my Wisen.
Yeah, we had a couple minutes in the first half. I would
whistle
think,
on the play, penalty kick. Yes, sir, absolutely. A hard charge. And I completely agree with that call. Did you see it?
Yeah, it was a penalty. It hit him in behind and took him down. So there's not a whole lot of complaints from Moses Lake on that one.
At first there were. It was like, oh, come on. Is there anything else that can happen to us today? But
well, I can see why they're frustrated because they had Wenatchee shut out in the second half. And now Wenatchee has a golden opportunity to break that shutout in the second half that Moses Lake was pitching.
It looks like it will be Ulises Saucedo, number 3, trying to make this one a 6-0 affair. Saucedo, there's the whistle, the shot, Saucedo! And that makes it half a dozen for the Panthers. Ulises Saucedo with the score with 2 minutes and 37 left in the second half. Still, not to take anything away from Mr. Saucedo, it still could be a point of pride that if this is the only tally, it happened on a penalty kick
absolutely.
After surrendering 5 in the first half. So there's a little something to hang your hat on if you're a Maverick player on the drive back up 28.
That was a gutsy shot. I mean, roofing it on a on a penalty. Oof.
Yeah.
I don't like to do that.
Yeah, and he was telegraphing it too. You could tell it was going to be a left-footed shot and it was going to be in a certain direction. There's a yellow card coming. It looks like it will be Mr. Will it be? Oops.
Number 8 is that?
No, number 6. It is number 6, and that belongs to Gervin, it looks like. Yes, Jacob Gervin, who will take a seat. Second yellow card of the game. One, of course, for the mystery man, and the other one for Gervin.
And then he's replaced by Andrew Calderon.
There's a shot. Oh, off the corner, and the header sails a little wide, knocking off the spider webs that time. Oh, my goodness, what a shot.
Bar down. That was almost, I mean, that was about as close as it gets to going in.
Oh, my goodness, it's right at the 90, where the Owls take their nap, as they say in Brazil. A quick run, the shot, and a beauty of a strike. Oh my goodness, Wenatchee, the penalty kick really opened up their appetite here. And it looks like it was indeed Mr. Vega, I would say. I think it was Mr. Vega with the shot. I'm not entirely sure, but it looks like it was him. And that makes it 7-0. And no disclaimer, no qualifiers at all. That was a beauty of a goal through and through, my Wisen.
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to defend that. I mean, both those shots that came in, Garcia's shot that went bar down, and then that Vega one. If you can only do so much as a goalkeeper to prevent those.
And there's a goalkeeper is down now, and in a bit of a distress here.
Looks like cramping or something, trying to stretch it out.
Yeah, a couple of teammates over there to help him out. Yeah, he's not doing well at all.
Referee just blew it.
Yeah, the referee just called it a night. and save Moses Lake the trouble of switching goalies here with a minute to go. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we have the post-game show, interviews, and a whole lot more. This is NCWLIFE Channel. Don't go away.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas, and introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at 2 great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and Eniat. Tacos Chava, tan delicioso.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Well, looks like our surgery patient is feeling better today.
Yep, I didn't need any oxy today. I thought I'd do a little surgery on the drain.
Huh. Do you need your pain pills anymore?
No.
Well, we should get them out of the house. There are places to drop them off.
Yeah, okay. Actually, I can do that right now.
And I will look at the drain.
Prevent opioid misuse. Find safe medication return options near you at med-project.org.
When you enjoy Abby's Pizza at your place, close your eyes and you can taste old-fashioned values, classic pizza parlor decor, and generations of tradition. Recreate that magic. Open your eyes and head to abbys.com. With pickup and delivery options, no matter where you dine, Abby's just tastes better. This is Skinny, and he helped found Abby's 60 years ago. In honor of Skinny, we're putting his favorite pizza on sale. Savory pizza sauce, Canadian bacon piled to the edge, and juicy tomatoes make this a very special pizza. Order your Skinny special right now at abbys.com.
To name yourself after the highest peak in North America? Maybe that's audacity. But towering above is exactly what the first ever all-electric GMC Sierra EV Denali Edition 1 is built to do. With 754 horsepower and up to a GM estimated 400 miles of range, it is the Denali of EVs. The Sierra EV Denali.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Welcome back to the Apple Bowl. We just witnessed Wenatchee take this one by a score of 7-0 over the Moses Lake Mavericks, and next to me are two of the folks responsible for such an expressive scoreline. First, Pierre Vega on number 8, and then Anthony Garcia on number 10, both with a brace, 2 goals apiece, and what was quite the statement by the Wenatchee Panthers, taking this one in such definitive fashion. First, Pierre, welcome to our broadcast, and let me ask you, what clicked for you guys after the Velasquez goal? Because the first 15 minutes, it was a little tentative. It was a lot of back and forth, but then the floodgates open. You guys scored the first goal, and it was all Wenatchee the rest of the half.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should do better in suiting into the game. The first 15 minutes, we were a little shaky. But, yeah, like we said, Manny scored, and like you said, the flood opened, and we started scoring more. And I think we did good in the second half of the game.
Now, Anthony, let me ask you, excuse me, when it comes to the offensive firepower of this team, what does it say to the opponents that it's not just these two guys who can score, but it's Velasquez who can score, that you can score off the bench, that you have so many options on offense?
Yeah, definitely. I think it just goes to show, like, how we train and how we all work together, that anyone can score, you know. Like, a lot of the times, you know, we'll work on that in practice, and we have everyone everywhere, even the defenders are shooting. So just having everyone prepared to, you know, score goals and, you know, get dubs like this. So
now, tell me a little bit about the other end of things, the defense. The defense that you guys had a goalkeeper in Said Juarez, who was, if not his first start, is one of his very few starts on varsity. What was it like having him back there?
I think it's no different. I think since the program is so well organized, and you know the JV is always good too. I think coming into varsity as a JV player, it makes no difference.
All right. And what do you think, even after winning in such an expressive fashion, needs to improve between now and your next game?
yeah, definitely. I think we need to just, you know, keep working on together as a team and growing, because I mean, in the end, we're trying to win state, you know. And to get there, we need to keep scoring goals and working together as a team and just keep growing and learning. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. That was Anthony Garcia and Pierre Vega. We're going to ask you, gentlemen, to please step aside and bring this other gentleman right here. Thank you very much to the two of you. And, Coach, congratulations on a fine performance by your team. We talked at the beginning. What were you looking for? Was it just the W, or what would be something that would be a satisfactory performance by your squad? 7-0. Your thoughts?
I think we played well, but I'm not fully satisfied because it wasn't 80 minutes of intense game, right? And that's what I'm looking for in my guys. And I tell them to win state, we have to play 80 minutes of intense football. And second half got a little bit sloppy. The last 5 minutes we picked it up, but it's got to be all 80 minutes. So it's a lot of improvement to do, but we will get there. We will get there.
Now, let me repeat the question I asked the boys. What does it say to you that it wasn't just a one-man show, that it was this player, that player, off the bench, everybody contributing to such an expressive scoreline?
I mean, like I said from the pre-match interview, right? We have so much depth in the squad. I mean, anybody can score, which is a wonderful thing, and everybody can defend as well. So we have players on our team that do both, not just one.
Now, at the beginning of the second half, we had a bit of a scary moment with two players being down. Are they doing okay?
I mean, one of them is doing okay. The other one is not doing so well. But, I mean, I'm hoping for the best. We don't know yet what it is, but like I said, we're hoping for the best.
All right. Thank you very much, Coach. That was, stick with us for a second, that was the head coach of the Wenatchee Panthers, Miguel Viramontes. When we come back, we will have our soccer expert, Matt Wisen, to close this one out. Don't go away.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
All right, folks, welcome back. The Apple Bowl is growing quieter by the minute as we close this one out. We witnessed an impressive victory by Wenatchee, 7-0 over Moses Lake. Plenty of positives, but as Coach said, plenty to work on as well for the Panthers.
Yeah, there's always things you can work on, and that's the sign of a good squad. You're never fully content with your performance. You can always find something to pick at. Now, fortunately, Wenatchee has a week until they play again. That sets up pretty well, so they can take a day off, rest a little bit. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed for the player who needs to go get some X-rays now and find out about the ankle. But this is a deep squad, as the coach has told you, as we've seen on the field. Shared that seven goals amongst several players tonight. A lot of things they can be proud of. There's always things they can keep working on.
And Moses Lake, they had a very rocky first half, giving up 5 goals, but they had a shutout going almost all the way to the end of the second half.
Yeah, 35 minutes of a shutout in the second half. Goals score quickly sometimes, and in those 2 last goals, they were not a whole lot you can do about them if you're Moses Lake. So you got to find something to build on, and I would build on that if you're Moses Lake. I looked at their defense a few times in the second half, and they were solid. There's not a whole lot to critique there. You just got to replicate that throughout the full game now. And keep going. Yep.
An entertaining game, to be sure. Glad to have you with us to witness it. Once again, the final score: Wenatchee 7, Moses Lake nothing. On behalf of everyone involved, I'm Sebastian Moraga. This fine gentleman here is Matt Wisen, saying thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time. The give and go. Good shot. Go.
Thanks for joining us for live coverage of Prep Spring Sports on the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast has been brought to you in part by our Platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Also by Abby's Pizza, Apple Valley Honda, Biosports Physical Therapy, Coldwell Banker Cascade Real Estate, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Tacos Chava, Together for Youth, and Valley Tractor. We now return you to normal programming already in progress.
Scoring is Brittany Howe, and a 2-run double for Bella Clinton makes it a 5-0 ball game.